What is up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In this video, well, we're going to give you guys an update on IDC round 1, but also give you guys a little trip to the DYNO as well, so you don't want to miss this one. So in this video, we're going to give you guys a quick review of IDC round 1. This event for me was quite very stressful. The first time that this car moved under its own power was Friday, 7 AM when we were loading it onto the trailer. Yeah, that was probably, the last 3 weeks have been the most stressful weeks of my entire life. And I'm happy that it's done. And I'm happy I know the car works, in hindsight I suppose. But at the time, I was completely stressed. I didn't even want to record. I just wanted to get out there, drive, but to get to that point was quite tough indeed. So yeah, this video is completely all over the place. That's why we're going to include the dyno footage as well that we went to recently to check over the car, because we did run into some issues, but to keep you guys up to date throughout the video what happened. So yes, round 1 IDC, first time the car moved, 7 AM Friday morning. And basically we worked on it for 2 days non-stop at the side of the track. So we missed Friday practice, we missed Saturday practice, we managed to get 4 laps of practice on Sunday, and that is where we cut into right here. Yeah, we're back for another video. We have the S14 running, and oh my god, it's been hectic. I am stressed out of my head right now. So we're going to head in for our top 32 battle. We're up against Marson. I've never driven one before. We see how we get on, but we qualified 8 or something like that. We only had like 6 laps of the track. Pretty happy with that. So I do apologise for the lack of updates, but I'll keep you guys up to date with how we get on later on during the day, and I'll give you guys an update with everything at the very end. So make sure to stay tuned. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Now, unfortunately for qualifying, I can't really find any footage. All the footage I'm gathering here is just from stuff that my mum captured or my sister's captured, and anything else in between is from fan footage or footage that I just found randomly online. So yeah, I do apologize how all over the place this is, but it's just how this video is going to be. It's just how stressful I was. This is the rawness of when you are on a tight budget and you don't have any video guys to record stuff for you, and you're so stressed you can't even think straight. But we managed to do okay in qualifying. We managed to get a 75 on run 1 and 85 on run 2. So that was pretty good. We probably would have scored quite a bit higher actually on run 2, but I believe we dropped the wheel on the exit of the course, and yeah, that's knocked us down a couple of points. We probably would have been top 3 otherwise maybe, which, considering it was my 6th lap of the day, I was really happy knowing that yeah, if the car was driving okay, and everything was kind of okay. Nothing was perfect, but we managed to pull a run out of the bag to get us into the top 32. So for top 32, we were up against Marson, and who was a rookie driver from the Pro 2 class, and he managed to make his way all the way to the finals or into the top 4 on the Saturday and get into the Sunday as well to compete. So big congrats to him. That's a fantastic achievement. So it was great battling him as well. But yeah, we had a great little battle. I had a decent lead, and on the chase position I pushed him around the place, which obviously you guys won't be able to see because I have no footage of it, but you could just take my word for it that for my first chase lap in nearly 2 years, I pushed him around the track, and that's all that matters. So yeah, that was a great little battle. And moving on to the top 16, we had Alan O'Loughlin, which got a little interesting for us. So I think we'll cut into that right now so you can guys see that. So yeah, that is where we're going to end it for today. Yeah, we got knocked out top 16, had a little issue with the car, so we decided to call it quits. Was going to initiate, you would see it in the clip as well in the video, and we look like, it feels like we missed gear. Personally, from the cockpit, I looked to my left and I saw like a bonnet or a hood of another car, the chase car, Alan O'Loughlin, and I suppose I just kind of lost concentration for a second and I made a mistake. I misshifted. I mean, I've always misshifted the other gearbox stuff, so I'm kind of annoyed I misshifted the new gearbox as well. It's kind of frustrating. This is the purpose, you put something like this in it so you can make more power and make less mistakes. But we made a mistake, so knocked ourselves out. We're out of that point. Car revved to 9,500 RPM because we misshifted from the second to the first one and I wanted to go to third, so that's disappointing. But hopefully everything's okay. We've got to check everything over. The car needs a proper refresh, proper clean up, and I'm looking forward to driving again. It's been a while since I've driven. It's nice to be driving it again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the car is like. A couple of things that you might not have seen, or that I've never updated you guys over the past week, is that we do have a new partnership announcement with FDF Race Shop. We'll do have a proper announcement with that video in the coming week, so I just want to apologize to some of my partners as well, like FDF for not doing that video as well, and all of my other partners as well for not, I suppose, being more active on social media and stuff. It's been so stressful trying to get this car ready. We did 6 laps this morning, that was it all weekend. For the last 2 days we've been sitting right over there trying to get this car ready, so I can't thank Andy and Chris enough for coming over and giving me a hand over the last 2 days to try and get it ready. And we finally had some light at the end of the tunnel this morning, and we managed to get it out, and we had some really good fun, so I appreciate their help as well, so thank you so much to those guys. And also a big thank you to Group D as well. Darren and his team at Group D have been a massive help over the last 2 weeks. Like, I don't know how many times I went down to their facility or their warehouse or their workshop, should I say, and say, look, I need this, and it was just literally there handed to me on a hand, you know, literally handed to me on a table and said, here you go, let us know what else you need. And it's been great support from them. It's helped me out a lot, so I can't thank them enough. So make sure to check them out as well. Actually, Darren won today, so congrats to Darren McNamara, DMAC from Group D. His new S13 looks freaking sick, so I'm excited to see how that car is getting on well for him. So next thing, we have to do some upgrades, fix some things up on the car, and hopefully get it ready for 2 weeks time. Evaluate the damage potentially done, figure out why there's lots of weird noises and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how we did. So today we're heading down to John Allen's dyno to get the car kind of looked over. We had a few issues at the weekend, so trying to get those sorted, and hopefully we'll try to make a little bit more power. Hopefully, yeah, everything is all good with the setup and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks to John for fitting us in. Hopefully it won't spend too long. If we don't find any big issues that's going to keep us from getting the car running or keeping it going. But, should be a good morning indeed. So let's see how we get on. trailer there. I don't know where we got that from. What do you think? What do you think of this trailer, man? Huh? What do you think of the trailer? Lovely trailer. It's not different. Not ours. And if they didn't steal it. So we just finished up with the dyno at John Allen's, so thank you again to John and Speed for fitting this in. I think we only spent about 2 hours there, I believe, or not even that, I think it was an hour and a half or something. Basically the car was running fine the way it was just, you know, we just needed to clean up some things. I have to go back again in a couple of weeks anyway, but can't thank John enough for fitting this in, appreciate it. He looks after a lot of people's cars, he looked after my car for years. He does James, the Shannon's cars as well, so there's a lot of cars down this side of the country anyway. It's great work. Well, yeah, the car made actually a bit more power, made 577 at the crank, or about 480 at the wheels, so that was a nice little increase. That's probably because of the dog box and quick change, so that was great. Nice to get the car checked up on and stuff like that. We're now currently heading back home. Yeah, we've got quite a bit to do for next weekend. The clutch is starting to get high again in the gearbox. I'm not very sure what's going on there. I think it might be losing fluid or something, and we need to get a bunch of bodywork sorted for next weekend. Yeah, so I think we're trying to get home and have a look over some things, and yeah, hopefully we'll get ready for next weekend quite quickly so that we can have a nice resting week leading up to round 2. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on our turbo situation, and I suppose the disappointment that we had when we kind of find out that our exhaust manifold, our turbo manifold setup was not going to work on the car, and for that reasoning is why we're not running our turbo systems turbo. So that's the reason why the cars go back to the dyno again in a few weeks time, and let me explain why that is the case. Now before I show you, this is obviously something we've never want to happen. We know when we receive our products, when we receive products from our partners, our intention is to put them on the car and, you know, make use of them, show how awesome they are. And when you get a situation where you can't actually use a you know, a sponsor's product, you're kind of in an awkward situation. Should I tell everyone out there on the line that we're not using it right now, or should I just keep it quiet as much as possible? And generally most people will keep it private and keep it quiet, but you know, there's going to be shots of the car with the bonnet cocked up. You're going to see the engine set up, and so I'd rather explain to everyone why we're not running it right now, that to try and keep it a secret and try and hide everything, because it looks kind of weird when you do that. So let's be honest, I'll explain it. It's our mistake. We'll rectify it, and we'll get using the turbo systems turbo very, very soon. So first off, here is the HTX 4064B1 turbo that we're going to be putting on Evo 1 S14. This is going to make over 600 horsepower, and this will solve a lot of issues that we currently have, such as you know, the lack of power we can run because of our turbo size. We're running a single T4 flange at the moment. This is a twin scroll, and so it should help a lot with more response, more power in general. It should help us break the 600 horsepower mark, which we can't do right now because of this guy. So this is a turbo manifold that we purchased. It's actually a no-name brand. It's actually, I suppose, like a cheap manifold, as you would say. And we've had to put a lot of work to get to this stage with this turbo manifold. You know, we purchased cheaply, and then we realized we had to put over like nearly 400 euros or 500 euros worth of machine work to make it kind of usable, as the flanges weren't actually flat on both sides. So we had to send it to machine shop. And then we kind of realized that, hang on a second, this seems to be more designed for a left-hand drive car, when we tried to put our Turbo Smart 60mm wastegate that Turbo Smart sent out to us. And this is a huge wastegate. Look at the size of it, guys. That's massive. And you can kind of see very quickly that our wastegate positioning is not ideal for a right-hand drive car. I wish I kind of had some photos of it on the car, but yeah, it's not ideal. Basically, the flange is a bit bigger than the sizing of the piping of this exhaust manifold. So even if we, oh my god, this is falling over. Even if we did make this work, which we could put all the time to put it all together, to modify the wastegate positioning so it's somewhere else, we could still have boost creep issues because the piping here is not big enough for the amount of power and the amount of boost that we want to run. So it just is a pure waste of time, waste of money, really trying to get this guy to work. And because of that, it makes more sense to purchase an exhaust manifold that's designed for a right and drive car, and is designed for the amount of power and the wastegate that we're going to run. So that's why we're not running Turbo Systems Turbo. It's extremely frustrating. I really want to run it. Like, we can make way more power, we can have way better response and a way better power band, but we can't make use of the turbo because a part that we bought over a year ago, 2 years ago in fact, does not work with what our intentions are. Massive oversight on our behalf. So yeah, just apologies to Turbo Systems. Would love to run the stuff, but right now we have to wait it out until we find a replacement turbo manifold to kind of get us going. That means yeah, more money to spend and not enough time to try and get everything on the car in time. So round 2, we're going to be running the old turbo setup, but we are making a little bit more power, as you would have seen in this video. Very, very embarrassing time for me personally, but it is what it is. Rather be honest. Hopefully you guys appreciate that, and yeah, make sure to look forward to that future dyno video when we put this turbo on this car. It's going to be mint, boys. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait for it. So yeah, that is our turbo situation. Very, very frustrating indeed. We all make mistakes, I suppose, but it's always worse when you make a mistake and you can't rectify it quickly. Yeah, we're kind of getting set for the weekend. My dad's fixing up some of the body work that's been damaged for the past 2 years. So we're finally cleaning up the outside of the car. I'm looking forward to seeing how that looks. We're going to try and get a wing on the back of it too for this weekend. We have all of our tires pretty much ready. We've got some fuel ready as well. That's an old bumper that dried from ages ago. So we're pretty much set. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. Car is currently down in Group D. We're getting some alignment done to the car. Some other bits and pieces as well, try and make it a little bit more reliable in the drivetrain department. There's a few noises being made there, so they're checking over that for us. They are professionals in that regard, so we should be pretty set. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys did enjoy this little bit of an update video, and please make sure to make it out to round 2 Wiregrass Hill IDC this weekend. It'd be amazing to see all the fans, all the supporters of drifting, Irish drifting in person. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Cheers and goodbye.